Welcome to another video tutorial. In this video, we shall be dissecting the GBPUSD and from a technical standpoint, identify trading opportunity from the current market structure ahead of the new week. Since this is going to be a follow-up detail to my previous analysis, I will be diving right into the current structure where I want to be explaining what is really happening from this point in time. And talking about follow ups, I would like to share with you what happened last week following our last publication, as we were able to scoop over 400 pips on the GBP USD for last week. And I would like to share with you some key moments during the course of last week. And in fact, the week started with a consolidation phase between the 1.2400 level here and the 1.23800, and we had a confluence around the 1.23800 and the bullish trend line here, where a breakdown of that structure will incite a bearish momentum, and a breakout of the 1.24 will be inciting a bullish momentum. However, considering the fact that price has been within a strong supply niche, we were leaning more to a breakdown of the 1.23800 level. And in fact, we saw the breakdown of that structure here, and we rode the move all the way down before some level of bullish momentum started coming in. Well, the key moment didn't happen until on the 2nd of the month of February, where we saw this bullish momentum bring price back into that entry zone that we had at the beginning of the week. And one thing we projected was that we are going to be looking for a breakdown of the 1.23800 to join that decline to the downside. So with a stop loss order, with a stop order right below the 1.23800 level, we had our position triggered on the 2nd, and we continue to ride the move all the way down, adding more positions at every breakdown of the structure identified here, as you can see. And prior to the NFP, we had a situation where price came back to do a retest of the 1.22500 level, where we were looking out for another selling opportunity if we cite a reversal pattern there. And in fact, we saw this happen. And following the NFP, which came in with a positive 517,000 jobs for the month of January, we saw the market react so massively. And thank goodness we were already in this position when this move happened, and we rode the move all the way down, breaking down the 1.2100 level and pushing price further to the downside. In fact, it was a profitable week for us on the GBP USD. And if you really want to have a look into the details of how we took advantage of all of the opportunities we had last week, I will be dropping the link to that commentary in the comment section of this video. And if you are watching from my YouTube channel, you will see it at the top right hand side of your screen. So with that being said here, let's dive into the current structure. And for this, since this is going to be a follow-up detail, I will dive right into the current structure, and that is what happened during the course of let's say for the last 2 weeks here, after we identified a selling pressure around the 24500 level. As you can see, for the last 7 to 8 months, this level has been a strong selling niche in this market. And when we cited this this selling pressure around the structure here, which lasted about 2 weeks, we anticipated that there is a likelihood that price action might break down this bullish trend line, which has been holding bullish momentum for the last 3 to 4 months. As you can see, we had a bullish trend line in that regard to emphasize the strength of the buyers in the last 3 to 4 months. So, with the breakdown of this bullish trend line last week, and it shares a beautiful confluence with that 1.22500 level, what is really going to be our expectation as we head into the new week? Well, if we look at the structure here following the breakdown of that bullish trend line, First of all, this is a very beautiful sign that the bullish trend line may no longer have the capacity to continue to hold bullish momentum. Hence, we saw the breakdown of that structure. And if we are going to be looking at this from a technical standpoint, there is a likelihood that price might come back to do a retest of the structure at one point in time. It could be the retest of the 1.2 to 500 or the retest of that bullish trend line to incite another wave of bearish momentum. That is one scenario that is very likely to happen around here. Another thing that could happen is the fact that price is approaching another key structure here at the 1.200 level, where we might likely see a consolidation phase where an indecision in this market could happen, hereby price action transitioning into a trend continuation pattern, which might come in the form of a bearish rectangle pattern breakdown retest on the lower time frame to incite another wave of bearish momentum. So these are the things we are going to be looking forward to. And in fact, if buy pressure come in around the 1.200 level, we might see this incite a counter trade opportunity back into the structure to incite another wave of bearish momentum. So, with the information we've gathered here on the daily time frame, I would like to share with you what I was able to identify on my lower time frame, and I think I have a simple setup which I we can use to guide our trading activity for this week. But before I go into the details of on the lower time frame, I would like to share with you on the economic calendar, as we have a couple of macroeconomic events to look out for this week, and definitely this event will be bringing some liquidity into this market to drive price action. So on the economic calendar for this week, the first event is coming in on Tuesday here, when we are going to be having the Fed's chairman speech coming up, a very high impact event. Then the next one is coming in on Friday here. In fact, we have two events here on Friday. The first one is the gross domestic product for quarter four, and that will be affecting the GBP. And looking at the data we have here, the last month was the previous one was minus 0.3%, and we have a consensus of about 0% here, which is a level of positivity for the GBP for this week. So we are going to be looking forward to see if we are going to be having below expectation, beyond expectation, or probably the data will come in just as expected. Then fast forward to the later on that day, we have the publication from the Michigan, that's the Consumer Sentiment Index, which we already have the previous data at 64.9, though we don't have a consensus yet. I hope this is going to be published during the course of the week, and definitely participants in this market will be anticipating all of this event, and we shall be seeing the reflection of this anticipation on the chart as price action. So let's go back into the chart and look at the lower time frame from a technical standpoint, using the structure we have there to determine what our next line of action will be. So scaling down to the 4 hours time frame, this is what I was able to identify here on the 4 hours time frame. So this is the bullish trend line that has been guiding bullish momentum since the beginning of this year. And we saw the breakdown of that structure at the 1.23400 as projected last week, after continued selling pressure between the 1.24500 and the 1.2400 level. So now that we have joined this move to the downside and we are part of this breakdown of the 1.2100 level, we are going to be looking forward to see how price action will be reacting to this current structure. Remember, the year started on a bearish note, and that was around the 1.2100 level, where we saw some selling pressure around that area at the beginning of the year before the breakout of that structure happened to incite that bullish momentum. Now it appears price is back into that structure where we have a strong selling niche, and we might likely see a situation where selling pressure will resume again right below the 1.2100 level to incite another wave of bearish momentum. And if a further breakdown of the 1.200 level happen, we shall be looking out for opportunities to add more position to our existing trade. However, we should not ignore the possibility of a counter trend opportunity happening from this area. As you know, we have a structure somewhere right around the 1.22500 level, which has been a strong demand zone here in the last couple of weeks before that breakdown happened last week. And we also have a trend line here to further emphasize this. And I'm of the opinion that since we have a structure around this area, the 1.22500 sharing a beautiful confluence with that trend line, we might also have a situation where price might come back to do a retest of this level or this area here to incite another wave of bearish momentum. So we shall be keeping all this um, in mind as we anticipate this new week. So I will pause the video at this point and be rest assured that I will be jumping right in the comment section to give you an update on what my expectations are after monitoring how participants in this market will be reacting to this current structure here during the early hours of the new week. I hope this video has been of immense help in making your personal decision on the GBPUSD for this week. And if it did, I'll really appreciate that you support this project by clicking the like button. You would also want to follow me on my TradingView platform so that you can be part of my daily commentaries on my TradingView platform at Dark Sherry, spelled DARCSHERRY, so that you can be part of all of the daily commentaries I normally share in the comment section of all of my videos. Thank you for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you right in the comment section on Monday as we get prepared for the new week. Do have a wonderful evening. Bye bye.